Hey Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the W.B. Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Mark Pruson joined, as always, by the head coach of the Hofstra women's lacrosse team, Shannon Smith. Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks for having me.
Last week started with an overtime loss at Temple and then a loss to Albany, team receiving votes in the national poll. What did you see from the team last week?
It was definitely a tough week for us last week. We have to get a lot better in a lot of different areas on the field right now. And we had a great 2 days of practice on Monday and Tuesday, and we're looking forward to Rutgers right now. And we have to get better. We have to get better quick.
It was a 9-8 overtime loss against the Owls. The Pride had a 7-1 lead late in the first half in that game. What happened after that? What happened down the stretch?
We lost our composure. We weren't winning the draw controls in the second half. We were forcing the ball in transition and on the attacking end, and they got a lot of free possession shots on us, and we allowed them to creep back into the game, unfortunately, and it just spiraled out of control, and we were never able to gain back our composure and gain back control of the game. So, and then it got a little bit worse when we got to Albany.
Perhaps a positive, Breanna Tamari continues to shine for your team. 4 goals, a couple of assists against the Owls as well. Just talk about her performance once again.
Yeah, Britain played really well against Temple. Got off to a quick start against them, and against Albany, she played pretty well for us. But we're going to need some more consistency from her and from everybody else on the attacking end, and we got to be able to finish our shots, and we can't keep relying on our defense to keep us in the games. Offensively, we got to step up.
With that, defensively, it is a tough result, but Kelsey Gregerson, career high 12 saves. In both games, what did you see from that group of players? Defensively,
we're really strong, and they keep us in every game. Kelsey Gregerson had a heck of a game against Albany. I mean, if she wasn't engaged, they might have scored 20 goals on us. I mean, she was really unbelievable and pulling some saves out and really keeping us in the game. But defensively, we can definitely get better. But right now, our struggle is definitely offense, and we have to get better.
And we mentioned the Albany game, a 10-5 loss. Having to come from behind virtually the whole way against the Great Danes. They are receiving votes in national polls, but how would you sum up that Albany game in comparison to the Temple game?
Yeah, I think we started off flat. We definitely didn't come out with a lot of intensity. And Albany, they are very well coached. They got a lot of great athletes on the team, a lot of great lacrosse players. They finished their opportunities when they had them. They capitalized on our turnovers, and that was one thing that we didn't do. We didn't capitalize on their turnovers. We would get the ball back, but then we would throw it right back to Albany. So we didn't capitalize on a lot, and we're going to have to definitely do better in our transition and finishing our shots.
In that game, there were 5 goals scored for 4 different goal scorers for the Pride. One of them, Emily Considine, she scored twice in the game. Another, Breanna Tamari, who we were just talking about. She now has a point in 28 straight games. For Hofstra, how would you assess the offense overall so far?
I wouldn't give us a high grade as of right now. I think right now we are a little stagnant on the offensive end. We got to be able to find different, we have to produce from different players. It was great to see Emily Constantine step up for us and Julia as well in that game. But unfortunately, we're taking 28 shots but only scoring 9 of them, and that's going to be a little unacceptable, especially going forward. That's not going to help us. So right now offensively, we're working hard. We had a great past 2 days in practice, which was exciting to see. We had some other players stepping up. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen tomorrow against Rutgers.
The out-of-conference schedule, as you just mentioned, is coming to a close. You host Rutgers tomorrow night, and then next weekend you'll begin CAA play. How important is it to go into the into the conference opener with a winning record?
Right, I don't really think it's that important. I think, if we can win against Rutgers, it'd be a great boost of confidence for us going into our conference play. But we also have a week and a half before our conference play starts, so I think our team really needs that right now. I think we really need to get back to the basics and really work hard. We haven't really had that week of practice in a long time because we've been going from game to game to game. So I think it would be really nice to get that week and a half before our conference play. And unfortunately, when we start conference play, our record is 0-0. we can't worry about what happens. So even if we finish 6-5, great. If we finish 5-6 in the month of February and March, great. But it doesn't affect us in the month of April because we're 0-0 going into that month. And all we have to do is focus on our conference and winning each game in there and taking it day by day.
Hofstra and Rutgers, two programs that are very familiar with each other over the years. Tomorrow will be the 33rd meeting between the Pride and the Scarlet Knights. They defeated Hofstra last season. What's the key to beating Rutgers this season?
We definitely have to stick to our game plan. We have to trust it and believe in it. Offensively, we're going to have to finish the goals. We're going to have to get the draw controls, and defensively, we're going to have to play solid like we have been. But offensively, we really have to step up.
All right, head coach of the Hofstra women's lacrosse team, Shannon Smith. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks for tuning in, fans, right here on GoHofstra.com.